Hello there, and welcome back to Lord Mars Does Stuff. I'm Paul, aka Lord Mars, and this is where we do stuff. See you after this. Hi there, welcome back. I just thought I'd do a quick update video as we're now into February as time of filming, and I kind of want to give you a little bit of an insight as to how my January of 2025 has gone, both in the hobby and, well, just in everyday life, really. So I want to kind of open your eyes a little bit to what it is that I do outside of the hobby, and you'll see why I mention this now. Okay, so first of all, let's get into what we've hobbied. So quite a big part of my hobby journey this January was to build quite a lot of my a New Year, New Army. So my Imperial Knights, I managed to get Questoris, actually two Questoris. One of them was Canis Rex, and a standard Questoris Knight that I've magnetized, done so that I could, well, essentially be able to kit him out with everything possible. I got 4 Armigers done as well. So I got 4 Armigers done, magnetized, so that we can clip out each and every part of the armaments as we need to. I also added in a Vindicare and a Calidus Assassin to those because you need them in game. The Calidus has got so many points, and I'll come to something a little bit later on as to how, well, essentially I had an event that I was making this quickly for, which we managed to get most of it done, and I ended up coming third in that event, so that was a bonus. But yeah, you'll see as I'm going through here these different parts of my Canis and my Questoris Knights, the 4 Armigers that I made, that I put together. I also did the Exaction Squad, however they were down as Vigilators in my list. I didn't end up taking them in the end. I ended up taking the Castellan and 9 Armigers. Yeah, Castellan. I'll talk about more about that when we get to the event information anyway. But yeah, that's essentially what I built, was 4 Armigers, 2 Questoris Knight, and 12 Exaction guys, or the Exaction Squad list. I say 12 because you get the Nuncio token and the little Cyber Mastiff, which is really cool. I can't wait to actually paint them. So I've primed them and they're ready to go. Move on to the next bit. Okay, so the next part of my hobby 2025 was the painting, and I have done a little bit of painting. I'm not going to lie, it's not as much as I would have hoped to get done. However, I've got enough done that I was happy with what I did. So I painted up the Calidus and the Vindicare Assassin. I primed and painted one of the Exaction Squad. You can kind of see the theme that I'm going with those guys, and you'll see just now in the pictures. I also used the airbrush on a couple of Dragon Riders, Storm Guard, I think they're called, for the Stormcast Eternals. There were my Escalation League 750 point list, essentially, but I'll get into that a little bit more in the events. They were already built at the end of December. I've managed to acquire quite a bit of Imperial Knight stuff as well, just by looking and grabbing things pre-owned. So those kind of skip the paint and build phase, purely because some of them are already built and painted. I will be touching them up at some point. However, they do meet minimum requirements to get included in the armies. yeah, I had a try with using the airbrush for what seemed to be the first time in a while, and I just got some air paints from air paints from Army Painter, and they seem to come out quite well. I've managed to run them through the airbrush quite efficiently, cleaned it afterwards and before, and they're coming out quite cool. I'll show you some of the Stormdrake Guard. They'll pop up on screen just now, and those guys look absolutely phenomenal. And I haven't even done anything with the rest of it yet, but they're on the list of things to get done in February. So what things have I played throughout January? So there's been a bit of 40k. There's been a 40k tournament. I've been playing a little bit of Age of Sigmar. I've played a fair bit of D&D. I DM for a group on a Thursday, and I also DM for friends on a Monday every other week. So there's been a bit of that. What can I say? My Age of Sigmar game was a bit of a practice game just to get my friend through some of the rules. I took the Dragons list, the 750 points list. So we played the 750 points list against each other, and it was the Stormcast Dragons, the Echelon? No, the Dragon Wing one, essentially. The one that plays well into the detachment that plays well into the dragons, against Ossiarch Bone Reapers, and those guys, I swear, are crazy. Skeletons getting 2 hits on crits is just crazy. The amount of 6s he rolled was immense. But yeah, we played that, and that was great fun. I ended up losing 2 dragons within the first round. I ran away for 2 turns towards the end, which I was surprised I was alive. Like, I rallied every point I could to make sure that I stayed alive with the 1 blue dragon. But it was crazy. What else have we played? We played D&D. So my current homebrew game of D&D on a Thursday is currently, so it's Tale of Two Cities. That's what it's called. And the party are in a city called Greenville. And the Tale of Two Cities is essentially Greenville and the Carve. It's I don't really want to bore too many people if you're not into D&D, but essentially what it is there's a lonely mountain surrounded by a port town, and these 2 deep within the mountain is the Carve, which is a dwarven city built deep within the mountain, and Greenville, which is built up as a port town on the outside, just surrounding the mountain. These 2 cities work together, they intertwine quite well. So the idea was to kind of give the party a bit of a sandboxy playground to work on, a little bit like Tales of the Yawning Portal, where you could literally take a portal to absolutely anywhere within Faerun. This kind of gave you the same idea. The party could go overland and do anything that they wanted to around Greenville, or they can go into the Carve, explore the Underdark, and again explore anything within the earth. So there's that. And my second group, my friends who were playing on a Monday, we are getting towards the end of the Dragon of Icespire Peak. So we're getting pretty close now to finishing that off. My friend Nick, who is actually my team leader from Kinran, he's playing a Star Trek character in D&D. And to be fair, it's been amazing trying to manage some of the stuff that he comes out with. So essentially being able to use his tricorder at every moment and smashing the world of Star Trek and Faerun together has been a bit of a challenge for me personally as a DM. But I hope I've done well. I think everyone's been enjoying it. And like I say, we're coming to a conclusion now. So hopefully I'll get to play with the 2024 rules in the upcoming months. especially it will be this year at least. They're definitely only close to getting like 1 or 2 more sessions out the way, and we'll be calling it a wrap with Ice Spire Peak. What else? Events. Yes, I did a 40k tournament. So I did a local RTT, and I took Imperial Knights. I took my list was a Castellan, a Calidus Assassin, Vindicare Assassin, 6 Warglaves, and 3 Helverins. Now, the first game I played, it would have ended in a win because the guy I was playing didn't have many assets left towards the end of round 3. However, we played it so slowly that we within the 2.5 hours we only got to the end of round 3, and as part of the rules on the day, at least, if nobody wants to go into overtime, then we just ended there with that score, and unluckily for me, he just got more points by the time it came to scoring up. The second 2 games were wins. However, my second opponent was really good. He was a Chaos Space Marine player, and he took out the Castellan. 2 10s, but he took out the Castellan, which hadn't been done by anybody else in that day, and it was a big loss. It started to make me think, well, where can I position this Armiger to make sure that he's going to actually do some damage? What can I do with him? And the strategy of keeping 3 Warglaves off the table and bringing them in through strategic reserves worked really, really well, because it meant that I could put them within 9 inches of something that I really needed to delete. It worked for a Vindicator and a Mauler Fiend, I think, or Forge Fiend, I think it was. Yeah. No, a Predator Autocannon Annihilator, is it? Predator Annihilator and a Forge Fiend. So that helped me immensely. But it just came down to points at the end of it, and I'd got 2 points more. I think it was something silly like that. It was only 2 or 3 points in it. And the last game, I felt bad because it was a pretty feels bad, because I was playing into Space Wolves, which is my one love, my main love, my main faction, I would like to say. However, I've been taking other things now that I don't know. Space Wolves are in a place now where they'll struggle. So I have a full Stormlands list, and I'm going to keep that list now for a while, in the hopes that I get something quite well out of that list. I can share the details below if anyone's interested. Please comment, and I will update you with that stuff. Apparently this has ended up being the biggest part of the video, so let's move on to something else. Let's see. I'll be doing this the same tournament in March. We set off our Age of Sigmar Escalation League for the local places while Gamers at Heart. Starting at 750 points, every month we'll be incrementing by 250 points. So we're going to have 2 matches within the first month. So you play 2 people at 750 points, 2 people at 1,000 points, 2 people at 1,1250 points, and then 2 people finally at 1,500 points. I didn't want it to last too long. I know that people can get kind of drawn in with league games, especially if you're playing week in, week out. It gets a bit tiresome for everyone. I wanted to kind of no holds barred. We'll just do a big massive tournament at the end to literally anybody who hasn't played each other play each other and get that like ironed out, played off the I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but essentially we're going to have a last day Age of Sigmar off, 3 days, three matches in the day, and then we'll give out prizes and hopefully grab some food together and a pint afterwards. yeah, with that being said, that's the idea for the Escalation League. I've got more things coming up for my D&D groups. Just in case anybody watches here, I'll not be doing any spoilers. But there's big things coming that the party hasn't actually noticed yet. And that's what I find is quite a big thing with D&D, is that you throw out a lot of clues as a DM. However, either some of them just straight over the head, or some of them they'll clock but take in different ways. So it's quite good and keeps me on my toes, especially to try and like shoehorn these things into different parts and different encounters and different NPC social interactions and stuff. Yeah, like I say, the Monday group should be coming to an end with my campaign soon enough, which I'm more than happy for. I would like to play. So essentially what we're going to be doing is playing Curse of Strahd with the 2024 rules. Fingers crossed. That's what's going to happen. And yeah, I need to this month get a lot of terrain built and painted, because I've got some big things coming up for the channel starting from next month. I want to at least get a battle report done a month, and I want to try and get on top of doing some sort of weekly videos for you guys if you're interested, which is great for me. I would hope that you would like this video, just in the off chance that you're interested in any of these things. Subscribe to my channel to see what's coming next, and click the notification bell. Just smash it, just to make sure that Sigmar knows. With that, that's been my month in review. Tell me, what have you painted this month? What have you done? Which events have you been to? Are you local to the Northeast? Put it all down in the comments below. I'm willing to chat it out. But that's it. That'll do for this one. Thank you. See you next week.